What's going on, everybody? This is your boy King Germ, one half of Pod and Saved Our Marriage. Each and every Friday, Queen Germ and myself drop an episode to show the people how Pod and Saved Our Marriage. Now, we're not like most married couples. Most of the time we disagree, but that's the beauty of the show. So, when you get through listening to Sparrows on the Review, come give us a listen. Each and every Friday on any DSP, go look for Pod and Saved Our Marriage.
Let's go. I'm JR.
And I'm Stacey.
And this is a weird story that I'm about to tell you all. It started out in the Athens movie theater. Over the course of the last few months, Stacey and I have gone to see movies there and different things like that. And I kept seeing this display for this movie called Blink Twice. Now, I'll be 100% honest with you. I couldn't tell who the guy was. I thought it was Batista or even Wolverine. Like, it didn't come to my head that it was Channing Tatum.
Mm-hmm.
And I passed by this display, I want to say at least 4 or 5 times.
Probably.
Never thought anything about this movie. Didn't even cross my mind. Now, mind you, I've gone on to see probably, what's that one movie with Blake Lively in it?
It Ends With Us.
It Ends With Us. I've gone to see Beetlejuice. I've gone to see countless other movies, but this one billboard or this one insert has been sitting in this theater for like 3 months. And that was the magic of it. It caught me when I didn't think about it. So smart marketing genius there. Because it was something that I didn't think about. But once this movie was available streaming, I said, Blink Twice. And another thing that happened that I don't know if it's happened to anybody else, that TikTok kind of promoted this movie on the low. Like, I saw certain clips for it, like, you know, when you're scrolling through TikTok in the morning or whenever you're doing, if you're on the shit or whatever. And Blink Twice came up again. And everything I seen made me think that it was an M. Night Shyamalan movie by the way that the trailer was portrayed.
I can understand that.
All right. So with that being...
So I saw it first. Like you said, we seen it in the theaters when we were going to go watch another movie. I saw the poster. Now, I never did see the trailer in any of the movies. Most of the time, we wouldn't make it there in time to see the other trailers, but that's not the point. And then, of course, seeing it on TikTok all the time. It's like those commercials on Hulu where they play the same song over and over again, and eventually you decide, like, oh, this something about this is kind of catchy. And that's kind of how I felt with Blink Twice. Because I never really got the whole trailer. I just got enough of Channing Tatum to draw me in.
Okay. And that's what I'm saying. Like, this is one of those times where this was not a movie. It was subliminally advertised to me, I feel like. I feel like it was something that just sat in my memories museum in the back. Not in a vault, but just like in a basket or something that someone was about to purchase.
Yeah.
And one thing I'll do, because I don't do these disclaimers, because of pop culture and the news and the rise of a certain situation with a certain entertainer, I don't even want to give him that much light.
Right, and that brings up a good point. Like, I don't know. My opinion is quit giving these people this much clout. They do that type of thing for the recognition, in my eyes. I could be wrong.
Right.
But, you know, let's make up some fake names. Let's start naming these people like we name the hurricanes. Yeah. Let's just start in the alphabet and give them some freaking fake ass name and quit putting their real name out there. So, even though this person has like 50 million names anyway.
Right. and the crazy thing about this is this movie, hauntingly, has way too many overtures and similarities to that current situation that's in pop culture right now.
Right, because you can watch the movie. Like, I feel like if we would have watched it before all of this information came out, we would probably never watch that movie again. In my eyes, maybe you're thinking differently, but like now that I know what's going on right now, and then we watched the movie, and now I'm seeing like, oh snap, is this really how it went down? Like, is this really what happened? And that's what all that product was, really.
Right. So
something different.
So I will say this to anybody because we've already almost put 5 minutes into just the intro for the episode. The movie's Blink Twice. Ultra sensitive. You do not. If you have children that can comprehend, like I'm not talking about like 3 or 4 year olds. I'm talking about like a 7 to 12-year-old child. I would not let them watch this.
Right. And I mean, if you do, that's your choice. You know your child and what your child can handle. But it does give a trigger warning at the beginning of the show.
Right, and it stays on there for a good 45 seconds or so.
Yeah.
And I just want to say on part before we get deep into this, like this movie was a suspenseful movie.
It was.
It played on M. Night Shyamalan's style of making movies. So it threw you questions that went in your head.
Right, like, oh, okay, well that's not that bad. That's how I felt for most of the movie. That's not that bad. I don't know why that warning was on there. Like, I'm just like, oh, okay.
And then when it actually starts recurring the memories and the things that happen to the individuals in this movie, things get extra hype here. Right. And the story, be it switching from a tech person to a music mogul, however you want to blur the lines through real life, like I said, it's hauntingly too close, in my opinion.
It is.
And just, it's a very trigger happy movie. If you are a person that has anything that you've ever had any type of issue with anything that's suggestive in this movie, and I'm not going to use any extra terms, be careful.
There's Google. Like, definitely, if you have triggering issues, I mean, ask somebody about it or Google what triggers could happen in this movie, because just because it doesn't trigger one person doesn't mean it's not going to trigger somebody else. And like, you should at this point know what your triggers are in those situations if you're going to watch this movie. Like, I mean, that's as about as
broad as
you can be. Yeah.
So getting into the meat of this movie,
it's a watch at your own risk type of thing.
Getting into the meat of this movie, Blink Twice is a movie that is constructed around a fantasy. And the fantasy, the fantasy is actually a reality. Days and nights and time get blurred, and then eventually, when the victims in this movie start questioning time and date, that's where the movie gets a little spicy. Or what was the term that was used in Atlanta against me?
Zesty.
Zesty. It gets zesty. Yes, I'm going to say that it gets zesty.
So this is classified as a psychological thriller. There is drugs, sex, alcohol, and schmurder in this film.
Yes.
So those are going to be your triggers going forward. If you don't want to hear about those things, just mute the rest of the episode and let it play out for the download if you don't mind.
Yeah. So, this media mogul, basically, a tech guy, he has a shrouded history of doing aggressively bad things. And it's noted at the very beginning of the movie. So the context clues that you see in this movie, this is one movie, if you're watching it, you have to 100% pay attention.
Yeah.
The minute I took a second away from it, I lost something in the translation in the first 30 minutes. And I didn't pick
What'd you lose?
Basically, I didn't get why he was even inviting these people and how the main character's interaction with the tech mogul, why it was so important. And it slipped once, and the next thing you know,
it didn't slip you because it didn't explain why he was so drawn to her until almost the end of the movie, which I like that. And I know that I complain sometimes, and I bring it up every time we find one that is all right with me, but I was okay with how they didn't do like an introduction or let me show you the past. This is one of those movies that how they did it, in my opinion, was great.
And it builds a story. That's one thing I liked about it. It built a story around everything. And after everything started having a repeating stand. And you had some wild casting here. I believe you had Haley Joel Osment in this. And if I'm correct, was Christian Slater in this movie?
Yes. Naomi Ackie, Ackie.
Right.
I know I butchered that name.
From Whitney Houston movie.
Yes. Of course, Channing Tatum, Glenville State College. Whoop. That is from West Virginia. You know that, right?
Right. Yeah.
Okay. Christian Slater, Simon Rex, Adria Arjona.
Yeah.
Kyle MacLachlan.
But Haley Joel
Osment.
Yeah. And see,
Gina Davis.
Yeah, Gina Davis.
Like, see, I knew the voice sounded familiar, and I knew she looked familiar, and I'm like, where the heck do I know her from? And I felt stupid because Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
Like, we just watched the second one recently,
right?
And then
Was
Aaliyah Shawkat. I don't know if she was in the second one or not.
She was in the first one,
right? But that's why it was so familiar.
She did some movie with Stuart Little or some shit.
That's where it was.
Stuart Little's in that generation. Stuart Little's where you remember her.
Right. So like I don't know why I didn't remember her from Beetlejuice. And I had to freaking Google her name just
and she was like a female president on a TV show. I remember her.
Yes.
But the cast right here, I'm gonna say this about the cast. The cast fit the mood and the mode for this movie.
It did.
And everything that happened to every cast member, when you watch this movie all the way through, everything's justified by its meaning.
Right. So let's just, like you said, so they went to this event. This dude, Slater King, I think that's what his name is, right?
Yeah.
Basically, he's your main male character, and he has had this bad boy life, and then he said that he has decided to step down and, take care of himself. And so everybody thinks that it's cool. He owns this big old huge island that has nothing on it but his stuff. And you could just imagine where that's going to go. And he gives everybody a gift when they get there, which is perfume. And there is something in that perfume that is causing memory loss. And these women have no idea what's going on at night.
And you start getting clues when you see the natives on the island.
Yeah.
There's one example, it's a snake.
Yep.
And that snake leads to a lot of things that happen in this movie.
Yep.
And if you paid attention to that first clue, which I didn't, I just thought it was just a random old snake that said he just killed it. After you watch that part, that's when the movie starts to intertwine and things start to make sense. And like I said, the first time someone questions something that's out of the norm,
they're
gone.
Like, oh, she remembered. Let's get rid of that person.
And this seems like something that they did. I don't even know how many days. It seems like they were probably there for months. Because the only progression you could tell was his beard. That's the only way I knew that time was going by faster. Because Haley Joel Osment had a beard, but his looked the same size. But Channing Tatum started off with a 5 o'clock shadow type, and he went to a whole goatee and a beard. So you knew time progressed at some point. Now, with facial hair, you can't really tell because I can shave today and I can have a full beard tomorrow. So
right.
So I'm just saying it had to expand over at least 14 days or 30 days because nobody's beard grows in that full.
Right. So of course, let's do stats. Wikipedia. I don't know what's going on with these, or maybe it's too close and personal for a lot of people. Because I will say this is more more triggering than It Ends With Us.
Yeah, this is blatant.
I can see where people would have more issues with handling this movie than It Ends With Us, which I know we haven't talked about that yet, if we decide that we're going to. But where that one feels more real, this one. But then knowing what's going on right now, this does kind of feel like, oh shit, like, is this really what's going on in these parties?
And I hate like this. Like I said, this would have been any other type of movie. It would have just gone down the drain. No offense or anything, because it just like you said, like someone said something about Lifetime movies. This would have just been a Lifetime movie with all-star cast.
Yeah.
And I hate to do that to this, but That's basically what it is.
Yeah, it does. It does kind of feel like a Lifetime movie.
Like the one that they're going to
Yeah.
show at 8 o'clock on Saturday night or Sunday night.
Yeah.
Well, not Sunday night, Saturday night.
Right.
Like,
And I think we were talking about Hallmark movies, but you're comparing it to a Lifetime movie.
Right, but
because there is a difference in a Hallmark movie and a Lifetime movie.
Yeah.
This is a Lifetime movie, but their budget was $20 million. Their box office was only $68 million, and I don't know if that's. Yeah, it's been out over a month now in the U.S. So it didn't do great. It didn't do amazing. I mean, it made money obviously, but it was nothing to bring home to mommy.
Right, but let's say this though, and then we're going to throw this in there because this is something that I just picked up on, and I didn't know who owned MGM Studios, but MGM Studios is backed by one of the biggest companies on earth, Amazon.
Right.
So let's just put this as almost a tax write-off, or it was just a way a production credit or something.
It could. It says Zoe Kravitz.
Lenny Kravitz's daughter.
So I don't. Is that who his mom or who his dad is? Her dad is.
Yeah. Are you gonna go my way?
Then I guess. It says she started writing Blink Twice under the working title Pussy Island in 2017.
So this is something they optioned.
Yeah. So I wonder. It makes me wonder. Was that her first thing she wrote? Was that the first thing she directed? Like, did she know some secrets of what was going on a little bit? So she just wrote a movie about it. Like, it just makes you wonder. I mean, it makes me wonder, anyways.
So obviously not a box office smash. And I'll just say this: like, this movie, like I said.
Okay. Yeah, because it says a bold. This is from Wikipedia.
Okay.
One of the critical response. So this is not our quote. A bold and memorable debut that thrust Zoe Kravitz into the turf of directors to watch. Blink Twice is a live wire of a film. So it does seem like this was her first directorial debut.
Okay.
Which it was actually, I mean, it was done very well.
Yeah, it was a solid film, and the storytelling, like I said, character development and arc, the things that it looked like film. It was a great film.
It had what we needed to make it make sense. And it gave you the surprise at the end. It gave you the option to go ahead and start working on a second one if you wanted, but it also gave you enough to where you don't have to have more films with it. Like, I feel like if this would have done better, or if it continues to bring in people or something, I would like to see a Blink Twice kind of how it all started. Like, was it with Channing Tatum's character, or did he get pulled into this because it was like, let me introduce you to this lifestyle and show you what you could have if you just do this. So it gives you plenty of space.
Right.
But it can be finished if they want it to be.
I could definitely see a prequel.
Yeah.
Yeah, prequel. Not a sequel, but a prequel.
Well, no, though, because that ending.
Oh, yeah, it was kind of gangster.
I know. It's oh, what you going to do now?
I will tell you.
Like I don't even want to say who I'm talking about because that'll ruin the whole movie, in my opinion.
Right. And it felt like the whole time this movie had an M. Night Shyamalan feel to it. Like, I couldn't shake it because the way that I seen it. And then it was another movie called, like, See No Evil that does something similar, which will come up at some point. But
so if there's any other movies out there y'all want us to watch, if you think we'd be interested in, make sure you let us know. Send us an email or message over there on Instagram. If you don't mind, go ahead and head on over to Instagram and give us a follow. Share it with your friends. What else we got going on? We've got Good Pods. If y'all want a new place to listen.
Yeah, and thank you to all the people that are listening over there. Making this show as great as it is over there. And thanks everybody that just I do have to get the messaging app back up for us. Anybody that, if you really want to get intertwined, join that Instagram. Check that Instagram out, and you can, and we have a link tree over there if you want to listen to the show in different areas, Pandora, iHeart, all kinds of things.
And we are also looking for a new introduction to our show, unfortunately. So if y'all have a business that you would like to have put in the beginning, make a commercial and send it to us. We'll review those, or just send JR a message. The email is sparesunderreview@gmail.com, and let us know if you would like your business put in as an advertisement, because we do have a little more work to do for the upcoming year.
Okay, so reviewing this, we've had a weird review system. This is not a classic for me. It doesn't go in any vault with me. This will be something that when current events die down, it will probably become a cult classic or something bigger, because they're going to relate it to the event and they're going
Right.
to say, "Hey, did you see this movie? This movie." Some idiot's going to go, and I said idiot. Is going to go, "Hey, this movie's based off of what happened." I
Right.
guarantee you,
They
someone will
are.
do that.
And we don't know. I mean, if Zoe Kravitz ends up listening to this episode, and you want to reach out for a little 2-on-1 interview, we'd like to pick your brain and see, did you attend some of these parties, and now you know and you knew what was going on, and that's why you made this movie, or did you just come up with it out of the blue? But we'd like to know that.
Most definitely. I'm JR.
And I'm Stacey.